Both Russia and Ukraine tortured prisoners of war, UN says.
Here's a summary of the article.
We process your data to deliver content or advertisements and measure the delivery of such content or advertisements to extract insights about our website. Your device can receive and send information that allows you to see and interact with ads and content. Personalized ads and content, ad and content measurement, audience insights and product development. Personalized ads can be shown to you based on a profile about you. A profile can be built about you and your interests to show you personalized content that is relevant to you. Personalized content can be shown to you based on a profile about you. Ads can be shown to you based on the content you're viewing, the app you're using, your approximate location, or your device type.
This post received a score of 23,000, with an upvote ratio of 80%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Asked to compare the scale of the abuses by both sides, Bogner said the mistreatment of Ukrainian prisoners by Russians was fairly systematic, whereas she said it was not systematic for Ukraine to mistreat Russian soldiers. Torture and mistreatment of POWs is never justifiable and should be investigated seriously and punished severely. Without excusing it, even the most experienced and disciplined armies can't completely eradicate this problem because it's one of the darker sides of human nature. What's important is that these incidents aren't systematic and that the perpetrators are made examples of.
Russian POWs mentioned how they were forced into cramped vans naked for transport. Russia, on the other hand, is seemingly sexually abusing POWs, on top of the beatings and electrocutions. Again, one could argue that due to a selection bias we may not know the full extent, but another way to read into the comment about systematic torture is that many Ukrainian POWs are giving a very similar story about what they endured, while Russian POWs are not. It might mean abuse is less prevalent for Russian POWs, but could also suggest that Russian POWs who can speak with the UN are simply lying.
Greater than it might mean abuse is less prevalent for Ukraine POWs, but could also suggest that Russian POWs who can speak with the UN are simply lying. It's also entirely consistent with a non-systemic problem. Torture as a policy will be carried out similarly across the organization. Frustrated individuals or small groups taking retribution or exercising sadism will each follow their own path.
If it's systemic, you can presume it's likely allowed by leadership and even potentially encouraged. If it's here and there, it's likely just due to discipline, and no army is going to have every soldier 100% disciplined, especially armies of people with very short training. Even in Afghanistan we saw reports of mistreatment from numerous Western nations' militaries. The most trained armies in the world are not infallible.
US just has good PR so they don't get flack for their human rights abuses. They'll bomb civilians and try to sweep it under the rug or call it collateral damage.
I do believe the US Army has committed large-scale attacks on civilian populations in the 21st century. In the 20th century, yes, they obviously did.
Well, Iraq was 21st, wasn't it?
Indeed. Obviously, I acknowledge civilians were killed and people were tortured. Just not at a large scale or systemically as stated earlier. Mistakes and poor discipline.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.